Welcome back to Mass Culture's DNA platform. Today, we're going to provide you with an overview of the Organizational Trends dashboard, which offers a variety of insights related to changes in the sector over time. First, make sure you're logged into your account, as the Organizational Trends dashboard is part of the enhanced portion of the DNA platform. Once you've logged in, you'll see there is now a drop-down menu entitled Dashboards. Click this if you want to switch between the public and enhanced dashboards while remaining logged in. As with our previous enhanced dashboard, you can switch between two tabs: the Find and Explore Peer Trends and Explore and Contextualize Trends. These serve very different functions. The first tab, Find and Explore Trends, allows you to build a peer group of organizations and explore how their financial data aligns with each other over time. The second tab, Explore and Contextualize Trends, allows you to take a look at how your peers' trends align within the sector. As with our previous enhanced dashboard, this one also begins with Find My Peers, which allows you to select organizations directly. Or you can focus on location, province, municipality, electoral riding. You can also focus on organization type or on discipline. If you're more interested in focusing on organizations that fall into the same financial category, you can select Revenue Range, Primary Revenue Stream, or Staff Count Range. This dashboard also allows you to select a range of years, in contrast to the previous enhanced dashboard, which limits you to a single year. This is to allow you to see trends emerge over time. Note that if you want to start from a blank slate, you can easily clear your selections by clicking the Clear Filters button. Based on your selection in Find My Peers, the summary of my peers below will shift. For the period selected, this will display the number of total organizations on the left and the percentage change of the metric over the selected time period on the right. To see this explanation, and you can do this throughout your exploration of the dashboard, you can click on the I symbol. The same applies to average revenue, average expenditure, and average full-time staff count. The numbers you see displayed are by default unadjusted. To adjust them for inflation, you can make that change here. Due to our partnership with Canadian Arts Data, Données sur les Arts au Canada, CADAC, we have included a toggle here so you can choose to include them or not in the total counts. Continuing down the dashboard, we come to the Explore Peer Trends selection. Again, the organizations displayed here will be determined based on your selection in Find My Peers at the top of the dashboard. Note that your selection should be under 20 organizations. You can again choose to adjust for inflation if you wish, but CADAC organizations are not included in this selection due to their terms of use agreement. We have two tabs in this section: the Peer Trend Summary, followed by Organizational Data Over Time. We will explore the Peer Trend Summary first. You can explore peer trends related to your peer selection based on revenue by revenue stream, expenditure by expense category, and staff count by type. When exploring revenue by revenue stream, you can further select to display any combination of the following categories: public funding, fundraising, earned revenue, and donations/gift. These will be displayed by clicking the little arrow on the left-hand side of the organization name. In the middle of this table, you can see the average revenue followed by the change over the period you selected at the beginning. On the right-hand side, we can also see the trends over the selected period displayed through line graphs, and this trend includes both the total as well as the category breakdown. Hover over the graphs to see more detail. If you want to understand how these are defined, check out the glossary. When exploring expenditure by expense category, you can see a breakdown of expenses into activities, administrative expenses, fundraising expenses, professional fees, and travel expenses. When exploring staff count by type, you can see the breakdown of full-time and part-time staff. Note that our data sources don't collect information related to contract workers, so this information is not included in the DNA platform. To see the data presented differently, click into the Organizational Data Over Time tab. This will offer a visualization of how an organization's revenue, expenses, and staffing have shifted, or not, over time. Again, you can see a further breakdown by category displayed this time through color coding. You can also choose to include more or fewer lines and therefore data. We've come to the end of the first part of the Organizational Trends dashboard, the Find and Explore My Peers section. Now, let's move on to exploring and contextualizing these trends. In this portion of the dashboard, you can build out and examine two specific groupings of organizations based on your interests and needs. The categories you can choose from include the same options as in the Find My Peers portion of the dashboard. Now you've selected your two groupings, you can explore their similarities and differences through the lens of different indicators. These include proportion of revenue from public funding, proportion of total revenue by revenue streams, average organizational revenue by revenue streams, average organizational expenditure by expense category, average organizational surplus or deficit, total public funding versus total activity expenses, full-time and part-time staff composition, and proportion of organizations that own property. So that brings us to the end of the tour. Thank you so much for joining us today, and let us know, are there any trends that you're curious to uncover?